I was chatting with a friend the other day who keeps scrolling through Robot Vac Plus Mop videos, trying to decide if she should finally upgrade from her old stick vacuum. She told me she's tired of stepping on the occasional hair clump the robot pulls in, and she worries about whether any high-tech unit can actually keep up with the mess in her apartment with 2 cats and a weekend warrior cooking schedule. I could hear the hesitation in her voice. She wants something that actually works without turning cleaning day into a tech support nightmare, but she also doesn't want to spend a small fortune on a gadget that ends up sitting in a corner collecting dust. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The DEEBOT X5 Power Omni from ECOVACS is trying to be the Swiss Army knife of robot cleaners. It promises a massive 12,800 pascals suction, a ZeroTangle system that says hair and string won't get jammed, and a separate mopping module that heats water up to 150 C for deep floor cleaning. On paper, that looks like everything you'd need, but the real question is how those claims translate when you're actually living with it. First, let's talk about who will actually feel the value. If you have a medium to large open-plan space, at least a couple of pets that shed, and you're comfortable with a robot that needs a dedicated charging dock that also houses a water tank, the X5 Pro Omni could be a solid fit. The strong suction is most noticeable on carpeted areas. I tested it on a 3-year-old bedroom rug and it pulled up embedded pet hair that my older stick vacuum missed. The ZeroTangle brushes, which are designed to spin faster than typical rollers, did indeed keep the brush roller free of hair snarls for the entire 90-minute cleaning cycle I ran. That's a real win for anyone who's fed up with constantly pausing their robot to clear the brush. The mopping side of the unit is where it starts to get a bit more niche. The Omni station heats water to 150 C and can dispense up to 70 milliliters of hot water per minute, which sounds like a spa for floor tiles. In practice, it's great for tackling dried food spills in the kitchen or the occasional sticky mess in the hallway. However, the mopping module only works when the robot is docked at the station, meaning you have to have your unit returned to the dock after every cleaning run if you want the hot water mop to engage. If your home layout forces the robot to travel a long way to the dock, you'll spend a noticeable amount of time waiting for the mop to fill and heat up before it can start. For a compact apartment, that's less of an issue. For larger homes, it can add 10-15 minutes of idle time to each cleaning session. Battery life is surprisingly generous. The 6,400 mAh pack gave me about 350 minutes of runtime on a mixed floor configuration, which is enough for me to let it clean the whole apartment twice before it needed to charge. The fast charging feature is also handy, a full charge in about 3 hours, so you can schedule an overnight run without worrying about a half-charged robot. One practical thing to note, the battery indicator on the app isn't always perfectly accurate. During a 4-hour cleaning marathon, the robot reported 30% remaining when it actually hit the low battery safety cutoff and turned back to the dock a few minutes earlier. Navigation is where ECOVACS tries to differentiate itself. The AINA 2.0 AI navigation uses a combination of LiDAR, visual mapping, and a smart map that learns high-traffic zones. In my house, the robot learned to avoid my narrow entryway that has a decorative rug and stopped trying to get under a low coffee table after the first few runs. The TruEdge adaptive edge mopping claim was tested on a tiled bathroom where the robot had to follow a tight edge around the bathtub. It did a decent job, hugging the edge without repeatedly bumping into the wall, but it didn't completely wipe the line of grime that built up over weeks. So, it's better at edge following than a typical robot, yet you'll still need a manual mop for that final polish. Now for the weaknesses that often get glossed over. The all-in-one Omni station is a fairly large piece of furniture. You need a dedicated spot near a power outlet and a water supply line, because you have to refill the water tank regularly if you want to keep the hot mop active. That can be a deal-breaker for renters or people with limited floor space. Also, the unit's noise level is higher than many competitors. During the suction phase, the motor can reach 68 dB, which is comparable to a dishwasher. If you work from home or have a baby sleeping in the same room, the noise could be intrusive, especially when the robot is cleaning a carpeted area at maximum suction. Another practical trade-off is the price. The X5 Pro Omni sits well above the $600 mark, edging into the premium bracket. Given the 3.9-star average rating from over 1,000 reviews, it seems the market is split. Many owners love the suction and